I'm Nathan. I play in the band Tera Melos, and right now I'm blowing it up on Capital Chaos.
Blowing it up.
Are the clubs in like sort of rundown places where homeless people dwell, or
we saw one homeless person the entire time we were in Japan.
The whole tour, like 10 days.
One homeless person, and
when I asked about it, they seemed kind of embarrassed. Like
yeah.
the host, I was like, "Is that a homeless guy over there?" Yes.
Comparison, we were hanging out in front of the Blue Lamp with them, and like tons of homeless people are walking by, and they were like wondering, is that person crazy? What's the deal? You know, and like it's a problem they don't really deal with over there, I think.
Do they hide their homeless?
I don't know if they hide them or if they take care of them or they don't allow it or what the deal is. But
yeah, it's tough to say, but it's definitely like a really different thing over there.
Huh. And you Sex Pistols, the Pixies, Sonic Youth.
Yeah.
List goes on.
Yeah, all bands that we like.
Absolutely.
The Sex Pistols were. I remember I was probably like in 6th grade, and I was like really into Little League baseball, you know. And I don't remember what drew me to go buy Nevermind the Bollocks on tape, but something did. Just like probably reading it. I mean, I was into music and I like could pluck around on a bass or whatever, but I didn't really like have this like, oh, that is awesome. That's what I want to do. And I remember somewhere something made me just drawn to go get that tape. Just maybe it would piss my parents off or something. So I got it, and it's like, I mean, still to this day, I listened to that record pretty recently, and you can take like the gnarliest, screamiest dude, and I don't think anybody's more like pissed off sounding than that guy on that record. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I totally ran with that. You could take that as well.
Sonic Youth, what is it? Big Business? Are you Melvins, or I didn't know? Pixies, I know you guys.
Pixies, yeah.
Sonic Youth.
I like the Melvins. I don't know about anybody else in the band really.
John snuck a Melvins record onto my iPod, and I don't know if I've listened to it yet. Melvins are one of those bands that are so deep. I'm sure they're rad. Don't know where to start.
What point in your life did you find out what a Sex Pistol was?
I don't think I still know what a Sex Pistol is.
I just assume that it's a cock of some kind.
Yeah. I don't know, you know, I don't even know if they knew. I just think that they thought it just sounded so offensive.
Well, Malcolm kind of explained it, but who's to say what's true with stuff Malcolm McLaren said? But yeah. I mean, they all hung out at that shop called Sex.
Right.
And so
they're loose about that stuff in Europe. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Here we're very uptight, you know.
Yeah.
You see a boob and it's the end of the world.
Oh.
Kill 100 people.
Yeah, over there it's just kind of a daily thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that
on TV and stuff.
That a rated R movie in France is rated R because of like violence.
Oh,
or
yeah.
I'm not even necessarily rated R, but whatever NC-17 like really dirty shit over here is like just because of violence over there, not because of titties or anything like that.
It's been a long time since I was in England, at least 20 years, but I recall seeing a Seika porn movie that I'd seen over here. Seika is an old porn actress, blonde or whatever, and over there, I saw the same one here, over there, but over there there's no
penetration?
No penetration in the film that I saw.
That's what Japan's like too, they blur it all out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh, well, there's the internet for that. Have you guys seen the Metallica movie, Some Kind of Monster?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel when you saw Dave Mustaine crying?
That was pretty intense.
Yeah?
Pretty intense.
It's intense, but yeah, I guess I don't really have an answer. I've only seen it once. I know Nick has watched it many times.
I've watched it a whole lot. I mean, I think anybody in a band should see it. But with the Dave Mustaine thing, like, it was heavy and it shows you like how affected by that he was. But a friend of mine, put it like, okay, so you sold 3 million records instead of 35 million.
Yeah.
And you got to carve your own niche.
Right.
But
I think, yeah, I always thought Dave Mustaine should have been really stoked because he, like, you know, definitely is still notable for going off and doing his own thing and saying, fuck, you know, like, yeah, going and doing it.
Created some metal classics of his own that way.
Sure, for sure. And you guys are into Stevie Wonder at all?
I'm a really, really big Stevie Wonder fan, especially like his early, actually like pre-Songs in the Key of Life stuff.
Okay.
So.
His more Motown-y stuff.
The Motown stuff, like My Cherie Amour and For Once in My Life I Was Made to Love Her.
Beautiful
That's
stuff.
some of my favorite stuff.
What do you guys, do you have a reason for making loud music the way you do, I mean, why do you guys play a Tera Melos type music and not say punk rock or something that can be easily sold at Hot Topic or something?
I mean, you know, I don't know. Like, it's always hard to describe our band, and I definitely this actually happened recently where somebody found out that I played in a band, and then they looked it up and were like, "Oh, why didn't you just say you were a punk band?" And like, I never know what to tell people because I don't know if they hear a punk band what they think, because we don't sound like a lot of punk bands. I think the energy and intensity is behind it, but it's not necessarily, you know, John blasting the punk beat the whole time. But he does blast a mean punk beat. And he does it a couple times in our set, so...
It's true, the punk beat is there.
Yeah. And we thank you for that.
I think it's a little different for me just because I'm a newer... Remember, like, Patagonia Rats is my first, like, album with the band, but I think punk is something that is like a shared background for us, and so I would say, like, it's very informed and, you know, inspired by punk, but we just kind of... started trying to do our own version of it, maybe.
Yeah, and I don't think punk music was ever supposed to be one thing anyways. Yeah. So.
Not like uniform.
Yeah, that's the whole reason. Like, there are probably a lot of punk bands that people would consider punk bands that are like further from it, but they look the part, maybe. But.
Yeah. Right, a person I know on Facebook, I think I know her as a friend from before in San Francisco, and she's a punk rock singer in a band called Bite from San Francisco, and she's decided that she's going to go down a spiritual path. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the comments from friends and such is punk rock as fuck, you know? Because that would be sort of anti-punk and you know, because you're not supposed to the God and all that stuff. It's against the anti-authority aspect of everything. And it's do you guys have spiritual endeavors, or is it personal, and let's leave that alone?
I mean, I feel comfortable saying that I do not. It's like, it's not always an easy thing to say because you get a lot of weird looks from people, but I don't really look at that as a negative thing. Like, I just think that if you die, you die, and let's like do what we can while we're here and like make the best out of it, you know?
My view's a little different, but you know, we get along.
For now. So. Well, right on. And finally, oh no, two more questions. You have a new video, Frozen. Is it Frozen Zoo?
Yeah. Yep.
And you worked with Ben Fanning again. Is it
Ben Fanning? Yeah. Amazing director.
Yeah.
This one's a little weirder than the other one. The other one was weird enough.
That's pretty interesting. I wouldn't know if anybody would, like, you know, which one people would say it was necessarily weirder, but, okay.
Okay. And then, you guys are on Sargent House. That's like a record company and a management company and a...
It's a music company.
Yeah. Started out as management company, and then, just with the music industry changing as it is, it's like kind of a, I don't know, it's crawled from the sludge and has kind of evolved to fit with whatever's going on.
I know that here in Sacramento we have a management company called the Artery Foundation, and the guy books the boardwalk. They manage like 20 bands, and then if you look at their A&R list, it's half of it is members of the bands
really
that they are managed by. Is there some sort of work beyond the band possible for you at a Sargent House?
Maybe for other dudes in some of the other bands, but definitely not for us.
Yeah, probably not for us. But
hi Kathy, we love you. You're great.
Yeah, Kathy Pello.
But we argue so much. Yeah, that
she's great.
Yeah, she is great, but our opinions just
Clash.
Without sounding like arrogant, I think I've turned her on to the most music probably that she like legit liked and will post about on Facebook. So maybe me down the road.
Maybe you're the guy. A&R.
I don't know.
We'll
see. We'll see. I don't know how
Somebody
much
just got
time
a
I
new
could
nickname.
dedicate to that.
And finally, you guys have traveled a lot. I'm sure maybe you've run into celebrities that you find strange. Or do you recall any strange celebrity encounters?
There was the Tom Green thing.
The Tom Green, yeah,
we weren't
that
really.
encounter was pretty
we
strange.
weren't on tour.
No, but our booking agent,
Yeah,
like, got us into that show. So
our booking agent books Neil Hamburger,
Oh wow!
and Neil Hamburger was doing a residency at Silver Lake Lounge or Spaceland, and was like, yeah, you guys should all come out to the Neil show tonight. And Tom Green was there, and kind of tried to hijack it. It almost seemed. Tried to hijack Neil's performance.
He just got Tom Green on it, I guess is the best way to put it. He was just doing his thing. And
John and Nick actually each ended up with pieces of Tom Green's clothing because that's how self-destructive he was that night.
That's true, yeah. He had 2 shirts on and ended up leaving them on stage. So my roommate at the time was a really big Tom Green fan, so I gave him the one I got. But we were more excited because we thought we saw Stephen Merchant at that show.
That was really exciting for you and I. We thought we saw Stephen Merchant. Dude, it had to have been him because I know he lives in LA and he was that tall. I mean, to you and I.
Goggle-eyed freak looking guy.
Yeah.
Cool. One last question. Do you guys know Groundchuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
just
times. Like met him, like had a proper introduction through Zach Hill a couple of months ago, but yeah, cool guy.
Huh.
We were hanging out in a parking lot with our friend we've got a friend named Evan who's playing second guitar with us, and we went to see his band at the Distillery, and Groundchuck came and was hanging out in the parking lot, and he was singing us this punk song that he'd written, which was, it was like, give me the punk beat. Negative attention, deficit disorder. That's all I remember, but it was pretty sick.
That's it.
Yeah, but he seemed like a nice dude. This was the first night I'd ever met him.
I had long hair at the time, and he's like, you got long hair, you're a rocker, headbang with me. So I headbanged with him.
You infidels! Yes, you! This is public access, Channel 18, and you infidels are demeaningly watching the only cool thing on TV right now. It is Tropical Chaos.